think I would just start by calling up our speakers pretty much. But before I start, thank you very much, Your Excellency, for putting forward what your vision is and your view with respect to the Angolan oil and gas sector. This particular session is Invest in Angola Energies. I want to start by saying thank you to the sponsors of this particular panel. We're talking about ACREP, Azul Energy, and Sonangol for pretty much making this particular panel possible. I would start by calling up Alcides Andrade from ANPG. Alcides is an executive administrator with ANPG, the Angolan regulator. Ms. Katia Ipalanga. Tony Henning, please, Chevron. Adriano Mongini, if you're just here. Azul Energy. We have as well Mahesh, Mot Bakdeva. Ian Nafentra. Miguel Batista, SLB. We have Rui Rodriguez, Katrina. Rui Rodriguez from Qatar. And lastly, we have Abdullahi. Are you here? Abdullahi, are you here? He's not yet here. That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for being here. As you can see, we have a huge panel. The reason for that is the significant interest in Angola. Angola is a huge player with respect to the oil and gas space in Africa, and always whenever there is topics to discuss with respect to this, we do certainly always have a huge audience. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for that. Now I'm going to start pretty much, you can see we have a huge panel, but we're going to have an interactive discussion. I'm going to start with Mr. Alcides Andrade. We've just heard His Excellency the Minister talking about a number of projects. In that sense, he also mentioned the ongoing bid rounds. What is the agency doing to basically make sure that we can see the targets that His Excellency was talking about, 1.6 in that sense, and possibly going above? What is the agency doing to be able to ensure that we can meet those targets?
Thank you, Werner. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is a loaded panel.
Yes.
The minister got a panel from himself, and now we have about 10 people here.
Well, that's what it takes to be minister.
Yes.
You know, when in the future
yes.
you're a minister, you get the panel for yourself.
No, but I'm looking forward to see you with this challenge. 10 people in 65 or 70 minutes.
That's fine.
It's a pleasure to be here. And this event has been known as as a platform to connect people from the industry around the world. And the house is full today. At the agency, we are very much excited to be here, thrilled, and very much looking forward to interact and have a discussion with each one of you about all of the investment opportunities that we have available. Perhaps I'll just take a quick moment and see a show of hands on those that are currently working or are investing in Angola. If you can raise your hands, please. Excellent. So if you raise your hand, we appreciate the collaboration and contributions to the Angolan oil and gas industry. We want you to stay, and we want to make sure that we create the conditions for you to continue to invest in the oil and gas industry in Angola. Now, for the other half that didn't raise your hand, it's not too late. You can still be saved. But we are we are available. We are pretty much looking forward to have interactions with you and to find out what you need so that you can start investing in Angola. So by this time next year, when I ask this same question, you can raise your hands. No, Werner, just going back to your question, what are we doing? And I would like perhaps to characterize my answer in three aspects. One is agility. Number two, flexibility. Number three, pragmatism. Agility in a sense that we all know Angola has been in the oil and gas industry, in this business for about 100 years, initial exploration in the early 1900s, and then discovery and started producing in the 60s, producing in onshore, shallow water, and then deep water in 2000, reaching the peak of production in 2008, and then decline from 2016. To tackle those challenges, the government approved a series of reforms starting in 2017. Restructuring of the oil and gas industry to improve the business environment, bring more transparency, and also make it more competitive and attractive to the investment, and be a place of choice for everybody in this room. We also believe that the other reforms that were implemented to increase exploration activities, to bring additional incentives, fiscal, contractual incentives to marginal fields. We now have, after the implementation, we have now marginal fields being produced. We also have a new legislation since 2018 for gas that made it possible for the investors to have access to gas rights, to explore, develop, produce, and monetize, similar to oil. As you heard the minister, we are now working on our first project for non-associated gas that is going to bring gas very shortly. We also have another strategy initiatives that were implemented, like exploration strategy and licensing rounds. We have executed so far since 2019 4 licensing rounds, and more than 30 concessions have been awarded with the perspective of bringing 50
Let me
towards
just jump in
the end
here,
of the year.
because you're talking about licensing round. There's
Yes.
2025 coming. Is there anything we can expect differently to what we've been seeing?
We believe, and I was gonna go to flexibility.
Yes.
Flexibility is number 2, which we are always looking to create the conditions for the investors to recover the investment quickly and to have a favorable return. So yes, you can expect the licensing round from next year to have something different. The focus here is either through increasing the cost oil or having a better balance on the profit oil split, or even looking at in cases where it's possible to have fiscal incentives in those projects as well. So talking about number 2. Number 3 is pragmatism. Pragmatism in a sense that we understand that this is a competitive world. The tendency shows us that the level of investment for oil and gas is reducing, and the number of countries competing for that investment is increasing. So we need to find solutions every day to be competitive out there. When the agency was created back in 2019, it was, we found that there were a long list of pending issues that needed to be resolved. There was also a situation where we're taking too long to respond to the investors' requests and needs. So what we did is we optimized our processes and tools to respond quicker, because the biggest incentive that you can give to the investors is to address the needs as quickly as possible.
So what I'm taking is that list has been shortened to probably 1 or 2 points. And if at all you're looking for agility and pragmatism, ladies and gentlemen, you go to Angola, and certainly look for Alcides at the NPG, and you'll have just 1 or 2 requirements, nothing, and then you're done. Is that correct?
That is correct, and you don't need You can come to Angola next week. This week I'm here.
Great
Thank you.
stuff. So please look for our CDs, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to do stuff in Angola.